My boyfriend hid me from his coworkers for 3 years and told them he was single, so I sent anniversary flowers to his office with an announcement. My boyfriend Patrick kept forgetting to introduce me to his work friends after 3 years of dating, even though he saw them every single day and went to drinks with them twice a week. He'd promised to bring me to the next happy hour, then text an hour before saying it got canceled or turned into a guys-only thing, or moved to a location that was too far for me to get to in time. When his company had their summer picnic, Patrick said partners weren't invited, even though I later saw photos of everyone with their spouses and children playing volleyball and eating barbecue. He told me his coworkers were boring and I wouldn't enjoy meeting them anyway, but then spent every evening telling me funny stories about these supposedly boring people I'd never meet. For the holiday party, Patrick said he forgot to RSVP for me in time, and they were strict about head count, so I had to stay home while he went alone in the suit I'd helped him pick out. He came home drunk, talking about how his coworker Janet's husband was hilarious, and his boss Linda's wife made amazing cookies. All these partners I'd never meet because Patrick kept forgetting I existed when he walked into his office building. When I surprised Patrick at work with lunch on his birthday, he actually introduced me as his neighbor, who happened to be in the area. His coworker Richard looked confused and said he thought Patrick was single since he'd never mentioned a girlfriend in 3 years. Patrick laughed nervously and said we'd just started dating recently, which was news to me since we'd been living together for 2 years. He rushed me out of the building saying I was making things awkward by showing up unannounced, and his workplace had strict visitor policies that I'd violated. He said bringing personal life into work was unprofessional, and I needed to respect boundaries between his career and relationship. The truth came out when I ran into Patrick's coworker Janet at a coffee shop, and she mentioned how brave Patrick was for staying single so long when everyone else was coupled up. She said Patrick was the only unmarried person in their department, and they all admired his independence and dedication to his career over relationships. She said women always threw themselves at Patrick at work events, but he never brought anyone around because he valued his freedom too much. When I told her I was Patrick's girlfriend of 3 years, Janet laughed and said that was impossible because Patrick had just last week given a presentation about the benefits of being single in your 30s. That's when I decided Patrick's work life and personal life were about to collide in ways he'd never forget. I started by sending an enormous flower arrangement to his office for our anniversary, with a card that said, "Happy 3 years to my amazing boyfriend Patrick, love, your live-in girlfriend." The receptionist announced it over the intercom, asking Patrick to come collect his anniversary flowers from his long-term girlfriend. His coworkers gathered around asking why he'd hidden a 3-year relationship, and Patrick had to stand there holding roses while explaining he liked to keep things private. Next, I had a bakery deliver a massive cake to his office, shaped like a house with Patrick and Rachel's home sweet home, written in frosting with little figures of us in the yard. The delivery person insisted Patrick's entire team needed to sign for it since it was so large. Everyone saw the cake celebrating our cohabitation while Patrick tried to claim it was a joke from his eccentric neighbor. His boss, Linda, asked why his neighbor would make such an elaborate joke, and Patrick couldn't answer without admitting more lies. For the company fundraiser where employees could buy raffle tickets, I donated a weekend stay at Patrick and Rachel's couples retreat, which was just our apartment, but I described it in detail in the donation listing. I included photos of our bedroom with both our belongings visible, our bathroom with our matching towels, and our living room with all our couple photos on display. Patrick's coworkers started bidding on it as a joke, asking Patrick if the girlfriend was included in the package or sold separately. He had to explain why his supposed neighbor had access to his entire apartment for photos. The real revenge came during Patrick's important client presentation, where he was pitching to land a massive account. I called his office saying I was his fiancé, and there was a family emergency requiring his immediate attention. Full story on channel, link below.